So, Grace VanSlooten has talked for the first time about being a member of the Fever. So, we're going to be reacting to this. Obviously, this is from the Tony East YouTube channel. Tony East is one of the guys that covers the Indiana Fever. He's one of the guys that covers, obviously, the Pacers, and it's from his YouTube channel. But let's react to this right here. It is what you call it? Grace VanSlooten, her first interview as a member of the Fever.
First getting cut and then immediately picking up with another team.
Yeah, so I was waived by Seattle, and then I think I had about 3 hours left of my 48 hours, and I get a call about Indiana wanting to pick me up, and then it was basically pack up my whole apartment and get out on a flight early the next morning, and now I'm here.
You would have gone back after your game here and then had to come
yeah,
right back here?
I was in Seattle, so yeah, went from Indiana.
So that is actually one of the craziest things. So basically, because it was within the 48 hours right before, it means she got off the plane. Like, she flew yesterday morning to Indiana and immediately checked in for a new team and gave 2 good minutes. Like, look, I don't think she was anything special. I think she played a really good defensive possession. I think it was on Gabby Williams, maybe. Or was it Burton? One of them tried to burn her and they just couldn't. She is she's a good perimeter defender. Like, look, for me, I think she's like a further along KK Dimson. Like, I do feel like by the end of the year, she's probably going to take a lot of KK's minutes. But again, KK might take a lot of Billings minutes. Like, it might be Billings minutes that are going right now. But yeah, let's take a listen.
Indiana to Seattle, now back to Indiana.
What are your impressions of this team and how you might fit what they do?
Yeah, so far, everybody's been great, really welcoming. You know, they seem to want to run and play fast, and that's what I'm all about. So hopefully it's a great fit.
I'm actually kind of shocked that the Indiana Fever didn't take her in round 2, but I don't think they expected Passat to be there, and I think Passat was too much of an upside swing to pass on. I think in general they were probably like, look, we're not passing on somebody that has the potential of Justine Passat, which is the right thing to do, by the way. And in my mock draft, in my original one, I had her going before Indiana's second round pick. In my final mock draft, I actually had her going 1 pick after Indiana. I had her going to, I think, was it Toronto, 1 pick after Indiana in the second round. And yeah, obviously that didn't happen. But she went 3rd round and looked pretty damn good.
Just coming in, obviously no practice, but just coming in, being available for a game. Just what is that like for you, especially rookie season?
Yeah, hectic for sure. You know, I got a couple plays under my belt, so I'm hoping to use those, 3 to 4 plays that I actually know. So gonna really rely on communication from my teammates, and I've heard that they're great communicators, so putting a lot of trust in them to, kind of tell me where to be on the floor and tell me what to do. So, I know they'll be great helping me out.
I guess for fans who haven't seen you before, how do you describe your game?
I would describe it as just blue collar, work hard, run fast, rebound, kind of do whatever needs to be done on the floor. That's kind of what I aim to do every time I go in. So also consider myself pretty versatile. So
I mean, look, I think that's probably how she projects to be at the W level, especially early. Like, she projects to be a high motor versatile player. That's basically it, because she's a pretty okay perimeter defender. She's a pretty okay post defender. She has the ability to handle the ball, which not a lot of kind of fours do. She can push the floor. She can run the floor. She's a good finisher. She's good going downhill. The shooting is bad. Like, there's no question about that. Like, the shooting from her is bad. Like, she shot a 3 and barely hit the rim. But the form's not bad enough that I would be saying, okay, there's no chance it's any good. But, like, she didn't shoot at all. And to be honest, like, for her own development, she should have went and shocked when she was at Oregon. Like, Oregon were really bad when she was there. Obviously, look, everybody knows the downfall of Oregon. Like, they were the best team in the nation in 2020, and by 2023, it had just gone. Like, Tina Paopao, I think, had committed to Oregon originally. And, like, you got Paopao committed originally, then you have players like obviously they had Sabrina, Niara was still there. They had Sedona Prince for a while. Like, obviously, then she went to Michigan State, who were pretty okay, and she was their best player for 2 years. But it was just she was kind of there. But I do think at the pro level, That's what she projects to be. She projects to be an effort and hustle player who can kind of do a little bit of everything.
I guess that kind of sums it up a little bit.
Yeah, with that, I know one season in college, you seem to have maybe more of a green light from three than others.
Yeah.
Like where state played differently. So
I could have swore she hasn't taken more than 1.1 3-pointers a game in her college career. Again, I'm not acting like I watched her play at Oregon. I'm just judging by the stats. No, she shot one of her seasons. She shot 20 3-pointers. She had a season where she shot 20 or just 22 and I think made like 2 of them. So yeah, it was not good. She has never had a green light to shoot in college.
2 out of 3 so far in the W from outside the arc. I guess how are you feeling with shooting from the outside?
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling better about it than in college. You know, obviously still a lot of work for improvement. So I'm going to keep honing in on that and just kind of perfecting that part of my game. And I think that's kind of my next step is really how my game will grow. So really focusing on that.
Yeah, and being from Toledo, not too far away, all
Yeah,
things considered, a little closer than Seattle.
Yes.
Any family or friends able to hustle over here for tonight?
Yeah, my dad and then a family friend coming down. So they were super pumped that I'll only be 3.5 hours away.
Yeah, besides.
Of course, they signed of course. Look, I think this is a good signing, but it's actually, I didn't even realize it's not even doing the fever, like the reputation any good that they only sign local players. It's not even doing the reputation any good that they only sign local players because they only sign local players. But yeah, no, there's no question about that. But I'm going to be real here. It's one of those things where I think she's going to be a very good long-term signing. I think she's going to be a very, very solid long-term signing. I think when it's all said and done, like she's going to be somebody that might help the Indiana Fever. And worst case scenario, if it turns out that she's just not on the, like she's not good enough to be on the team, that's fine. You can get rid of her. And if she is good enough, and not even like, and by good enough, I mean just if she's even a somewhat passable WNBA player, and she's there on a minimum, it's a great signing. It's a great signing. Having some of these minimum contract players are important. They're very, very important. But yeah, overall, I will say it. This is a good signing. Things sound good. She's talking about wanting to play fast, which is important. And yeah, like look, obviously everybody knows that that's kind of the way players kind of want in Indiana, or fans want it in Indiana. And like whether or not Steph White wants it, you better believe that Caitlin's pushing that pace regardless. But yeah, anyway, that's the video. See you guys.